Hi guys, Dr. YouTube Tucker here. Also Timothy Tucker. Go subscribe to my channel. But check this out. This is Laci Green saying it's okay to lie about being raped, guys.
Laci Green is at it again. She just loves talking about sex all of the time while making it seem like men are guilty sexual deviants themselves until proven innocent, and that women are innocent until proven guilty. All in the name of gender equality, of course. So without further ado, let's debunk another dumb bitch feminist trying to make some coin by appealing to women's insecurities.
Here's a little question. Why does everyone think that victims of rape are making it up? I literally do not get it.
Oh, that's okay, Laci. There's probably a lot of things you don't get, sweetheart. Like, attention from attractive men who still have their dignity, besides when they decide to debunk your bullshit videos. But don't worry, you shouldn't have trouble understanding this soon, once I explain it very simply for you. Many people think women often lie about rape because 10 to 50% of rape allegations are false, depending on where you live in the world. There is also no punishment for false rape allegations in many countries. So women can lie about being raped by someone, put the man in jail with no consequence for them. And there is also a status of assumed female innocence. For example, how you just described women as victims for simply claiming they've been raped. There is also a lot of confusion about what actually defines rape, thanks to people like yourself who try to confuse the definition of rape for their own benefit. So for example, if a woman or a man decides to have a lot of alcohol and then go driving, they will be held responsible for their decisions and be prosecuted for drink driving. However, if a woman gets drunk and then has sex, she can then claim rape if she regrets it the next day, because she's not going to be held accountable for her actions and her decisions. But if a man gets drunk and has sex, he cannot claim he was raped, whether he was or not, because no one will take him seriously. Also, claiming rape can allow women to have an advantage in family court settlements, and claiming to have been raped can also be a great way to excuse infidelity. And shit, some women may even just want to use sensationalism to extract wealth from famous men. Gee, can you think of anyone who would want to do that? And yeah, I could source all of these claims as though Google doesn't exist and you can't find them out for yourself, but logic just doesn't appeal to ideologies like feminism. So they'll just essentially ignore the data that conflicts with their narrative. So fuck you. I'm not wasting my time on that.
One of the highest profile conversations has been about Bill Cosby. 35 different women have accused him of sexual violation.
That's actually a very great point, Laci. Because we all know as soon as 35 women say the same thing, objective truth then just dissolves and is replaced with the female narrative. But yeah, in all seriousness, of those 35 women, what objective evidence have they actually put forward? Because from what I can tell, from what I've seen, most of the women just use feelings as evidence, expecting men to just run to their rescue without any rational thought, like good white knights.
He was very slowly breaking me down, getting very dependent on him. I was very, very scared of him. I was very strictly watched over.
Why didn't you leave?
I was very ashamed and very scared.
Nobody believes them and thinks that they're lying. 35 women have spoken out, and Cosby still has ardent defenders and is scanning allegations on his national tour. Think about that. If 35 women can come forward and still be doubted, what chance does one woman have?
Oh, Laci, that's just not how the world works, sweetheart. There's way more than 35 people on the planet who believe that you are too stupid to actually exist. Yet there you are, affecting the minds of impressionable young girls. Why? So that you can mold them into feminist agents with female superiority and victim complexes. Gosh, you must have some serious daddy issues.
I think Jay Leno laid it out pretty nicely. Quote, I don't know why it's so hard to believe women. Go to Saudi Arabia and you need 2 women to testify against a man. Here, you need 25, unquote.
The validity of information, Laci, relies upon empirical data, not how many women are communicating the same information. But you know what? That's just the exact same feminist mob-rule mentality that motivates you. I can tell. You're saying that 25 women ganged up against one man with no evidence, and we should just believe the women by default because feminism doesn't want equality. It wants men to be assumed guilty until proven innocent, and it wants women to be not held accountable for their actions, placing their feelings at higher value than objective truth, while still expecting people to buy the dictionary definition of feminism, meaning equal rights for both genders. Give me a fucking break.
Even more interesting is the fact that literally nobody paid attention to these women until a man, Hannibal Barras, spoke up about it. Yes, if you love Hannibal, can I please have his babies thank?
I think I speak for the majority of men here when I say, Laci, for fuck's sake, please do not reproduce. And I think that
Please
more
don't.
than 35 men will agree with me. So you better not, or you're breaking your own stupid rules.
Seriously though, y'all, why don't people trust rape survivors? I think there's a related trend here. People don't trust women.
Laci, this isn't a gender issue. I know you like to make everything about sex. I'm not too sure why yet, but I'm assuming some kind of traumatic event took place in your childhood that scarred you into adulthood. But Laci, trust is something people earn, not have by default. Women have to earn their trust by telling the truth, not simply lying for their own self-interest, like many have proven to do in the past. And Laci, could you make it any more obvious that you're trying to make it seem as though men are guilty by default, and women should be trusted by default? And no, showing a black man with love hearts and saying you want to reproduce with him is not going to fool me.
You're
I
so-
know, Laci, that
you're a
you're just
tramp.
trying to hide your obvious prejudices against men of colour, assuming that all black men are rapists until proven otherwise.
It took a super viral video showing how a woman was treated walking down the street for society to acknowledge that, okay, maybe street harassment is a real thing.
Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? Yes, street compliments. I mean, street harassment is definitely a real thing. See, women make up 85% of consumer purchases, often investing in vanity items, fashion, and accessories in order to attract attention from males, who preferably earn more money than themselves. When the man who is giving the woman attention earns more than herself, it's a charming man. But when the man earns the same as her, it's just a flattering man. But if the man earns less than her, or is black, then it's just street harassment.
Studies have demonstrated that even in the face of hard evidence, men still don't believe that female scientists face sexism in the workplace.
Because it's not true.
Science, eh? I'm a fan of science. Did you know that 4 experiments confirmed that women's automatic in-group bias is remarkably stronger than men's?
Hear that?
Investigated explanations for this sex difference derived from potential sources of implicit attitudes. In experiment 1, only women, not men, showed cognitive balance among in-group bias, identity, and self-esteem, revealing that men lack a mechanism that bolsters automatic in-group preference, or as you call it, sexism. So experiments 2 and 3 found pro-female bias to the extent that participants automatically favoured their mothers over their fathers, or associated the male gender with violence, suggesting that maternal bonding and male intimidation influence gender attitudes. Experiment 4 showed that for sexually experienced men, the more positive their attitude was towards sex, the more they implicitly favoured women. So, in concert, the findings helped explain sex differences in automatic in-group bias and underscore the uniqueness of gender for intergroup relations theorists. And I might also add that women preferring women over men is something that's very culturally reinforced through the ideologies that people like yourself push forward, like feminism, and that men favouring women over men is also traditionally ingrained. It's essentially a mating strategy where the man is showing his compassion and altruism to women in order to attract them as viable mating candidates. And even if he is not doing that for that consciously, a lot of it is subconsciously ingrained behaviour where men try and seek female validation to boost their own ego.
And that's what Laci Green does for us, all right? She's separating us. She's teaching these little girls stupid, idolatrous ideas of how they're supposed to treat other humans. You know, Laci Green is a demon, guys.
So Laci, if sexism is an issue, it is mostly that women are more favourable towards women, and that men are also more favourable towards women, and that you are simply pushing the narrative that men are oppressing women because you want to pursue affirmative action against men. You essentially want to discriminate against men for the benefit of females, or as I like to call it, the short-term benefit of females.